Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of my podcast, the 4 a.m. Talks. You're listening to Manoj Velu. This is stories, short stories with Manoj Velu, and we are coming every Tuesdays and Fridays. If you want to listen to my short stories, it's always there. You can, subscribe to our channel and listen to all the stories that I've told. And there are 25 episodes. This is the 26th episode that we are doing. So you can go back and listen to all the episodes or any particular episode that you wanted to listen. You go out and listen to it and let us know how we are doing and what are the things that we can improve in our channel. So with that being said, I wanted to listen to this episode very carefully because this episode is gonna touch you in many ways. What is that one thing that I wanted to tell you is, why can't someone be having that childlike attitude when you're having your dream? What do I mean by that? If you take a small kid, if he wants something, he can go to any extreme in a good way. I'm saying it's not that extremeness, people may take it in a different way. What I'm trying to tell you is, the kid will do whatever it takes. It might affect the parents emotionally by crying or by saying something, whatever it could be, but at the end it will get whatever it wants. At the end, the parents who bought, let's say a kid wanted a chocolate, for example, and the parents are not ready to buy a chocolate due to different reasons, and they say no, and that kid goes to the extreme, and eventually at the end, what will happen. The end scene will be like chocolate eaten by the kid and the black screen is out. So I'm just filming it. So what is that thing that I wanted to tell you? As we grow, we don't cultivate that habit. We leave that habit in that childhood in perspective of what is called maturity. Sometimes it is better to be that childlike thing. So I would give you an example. I would give you my favorite example. It's a real example. So my sister is here. She loves fries. French fries is her favorite. So whatever it could be, she will go to the extreme to get that fries. She will go to the extreme. It doesn't matter. So she can scold you. I mean, in a good way. I'm not telling you in a bad sense, but she can attack you emotionally. She is studying psychology, so she knows better on how to play on these things. So, as a brother, you have to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? So, the same way, the kid will always, have that mentality of getting whatever they require. So, if the same child, as he grows up, if you look at him and see where is his innocence and where is his, I want this no matter what kind of attitude, where is that? It's gone. He settles for the ordinary. Why is that? It is simply because the maturity thing is acting as a barrier. It's a good thing. I'm not telling that kid shouldn't be mature as he growing. He has to be, but there are things where you need to be childlike to get whatever you want, but in a good way. A child doesn't go out and kill someone and get whatever it wants. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not meaning it in a different way. I'm saying it in a certain way that it doesn't matter. People may think, oh, he's being childlike. No, the point is, you want whatever you want to. Sometimes you have to do that in front of your parents as well. They may not understand you, but it's fine to do that. That is the most important thing. Imagine John Carpenter. He has this dream of becoming a civil engineer. He has this house, building all these interesting stuff that from his childhood, always, he's always, whenever he's in his childhood days, he would always play with the building blocks and always being creative and looking towards how to build a house, how to structure it, how to plan it, all those things. And if your mom or dad is asking you to become a doctor, he has to be childlike. He has to go to that extreme and make them understand that, listen, I don't want to be a doctor because I'm not interested to be a doctor. It's a good profession. I understand that. But the things that I'm doing right from childhood, I'm always concentrated and becoming a civil engineer, and that is what I wanted to. If you don't tell this to your parents and you say, oh yeah, it's a mature thing, doctor is a very good profession, I can do this. Yes, it is. But is the interest that is there with you, is the interest lie in you on becoming a doctor? No. Then how will you be a great doctor? How will you become an excellence in that particular field? How will you do that if you don't have that basic interest? At start, it may seem okay to you, but in the middle, you will lose it, because at the end, when you are going down to sleep, and if you ask yourself whether I'm happy doing whatever I'm doing, and if the answer is no, you know what is going to happen. You may treat a patient wrong and eventually he may die. I am not telling you in a wrong way. Just please understand this. I'm trying to get you to a point where the things which are really important to you, people may not understand it, but it's important to you. That is the most important thing. Why are you not being childlike? If John Carpenter is not childlike, and if he says, yes, I'm going to become a doctor, what will happen? He may kill a person. Or he may be late to his work. Doctor is not an easy job. It's very critical. You have to be there on time. You have to do the surgery on time. You have to treat the patients on time. So the same thing goes with all the other professions. It's not only doctor, it's all the other professions. So if John has that childlike mentality, you know what, I'm not listening. This is what I wanted to do, and this is what I wanted to do for a very long time. So that childlike attitude is really, really, really important in so many other ways of getting whatever you want to. Now, the question comes back to you. What is that one thing? I have never did that. Actually, I missed that part when I was studying, in the engineering grade. I didn't understand myself at that point of time. So, what is that one thing that you wanted to go after? What is that thing which people don't understand? The people surrounded by you, the people who are really important to you, the people who are really close to you. What is the thing that they don't understand? Please make sure that you are childlike, you are adamant, you are saying, no, I'm doing whatever I wanted to do. If you don't do to the best of your ability, it's okay that you have at least tried to do something from your heart and you have done it. It's okay. But after certain time, if this thing called regret comes, it's really hard to tackle that. Nobody is going to be there at that point. When you reflect back and you say, I have done something which I really love and I've done to the best of my abilities, it's super cool. And if you say, I have done whatever I love and I did do whatever I could do, it's fine. Because you spent your days, hours, years, looking at something which you love and you did that. That's good. But imagine doing something which you don't love. That is ridiculous. It's not, it's ridiculous in the sense of, you are not being you. That is the only thing. That dream of yours died because of you. Can you imagine that? So ask yourself, what are the things that I missed out? So now John Carpenter has another opportunity. You know what? You want to know what is that opportunity? He can do certain things, certain projects, freelancing or something like that, and he can make sure and convince his dad that, you know what, I'm not good at being a doctor, I'm good at being a civil engineer, let me do that. Then few parents may understand what John Carpenter really means by becoming a civil engineer, what it really means to him. So the question is, what is that one thing that you wanted to achieve? Be that childlike attitude and say, I want it no matter what, and be limitless. Be limitless. There is nobody gonna stop you. The force will stop you no matter what. It will try to stop you, but you're not going to be stopped because you know the vision. You know where you want it to go. So the path is not straightforward. It's always going to be in a crossroads. You may not have the answers figured out. You may not have few of the questions that you need an answer. You may not have figured it out anyways, or you've not asked this question before. Try asking those things, and eventually you're gonna grow better as a person, and the professional thing, it's gonna automatically come and fall in place. So why am I telling you this? There are things where we feel that maturity is a barrier sometimes. It's a very good thing, 95%, but that 5% is going to be a biggest barrier. Think about it. So acting while getting what you want, being, that childlike attitude of getting what you want, but after you go to that, being mature enough to understand and cope up with the pressure that you are going to go through, and getting to that level of where you want it to be is the important thing. Don't confuse of where that maturity acts as a barrier and where it helps. It's really important. Maturity as a barrier, maturity as a thing which helps you to grow in different ways. It's really important to know the difference between these two components. So with that being said, you're gonna reflect back on this episode and see, watch it again and look at things that you wanted to improve on, reflect back and grow. So before we come down to the end of this episode, I wanted to thank you. Why am I thanking you? There are millions of contents out there in social media, and you have chose us. So I'm super grateful and happy for that. Thank you very much. And if you're listening to any of our podcasts or audio streams, and if you want to let us know something, you can go out and email us. It's called 4am talks podcast office @gmail.com. Once again, 4am talks podcast office @gmail.com. And if you're listening it on in any of the YouTube channel, you can always do so by commenting down below, and we'll be happy to address that as well. So that being said, have a fantastic Friday and a happy weekend. I'll see you in the next week. See you guys. Take care. Bye.